In the heart of Kansas City, a city known for its vibrant culture and bustling streets, a darkness was stirring. This darkness took the form of Larissa, a woman whose powers were as vast as they were terrifying. But Larissa was not always a harbinger of destruction. Once, she was a respected scientist, known for her groundbreaking research in the field of quantum physics. Larissa had always been fascinated by the mysteries of the universe, by the hidden forces that shape the world around her. It was this fascination that led her to a discovery that would change everything. In her research, she stumbled upon a way to manipulate reality itself, to bend the very fabric of space and time to her will. At first, Larissa's intentions were pure. She believed that her powers could be used to benefit humanity, to unlock new possibilities and push the boundaries of science. But as she delved deeper into her research, she began to lose touch with her humanity. She became obsessed with power, with the idea of controlling the very essence of existence. As her powers grew, so too did her ambition. She saw herself as a god, a being above mortal limitations. She began to view the people of Kansas City as insignificant, as mere pawns in her grand design. And so she turned against them, unleashing her powers in a wave of destruction that shook the city to its core. Larissa's powers were unlike anything the world had ever seen. With a mere thought, she could warp reality, creating illusions so vivid that they seemed real. She could manipulate time and space, bending them to her will. Buildings twisted and warped at her command, streets shifted and changed. The people of Kansas City were left in a state of fear and confusion. But Larissa's powers were not just destructive. They were a reflection of her fractured soul. She was a woman consumed by her own ambition, a prisoner of her own power. And as she laid waste to the city that had once been her home, she knew that there was no turning back. Larissa had become a force of nature, a being of pure chaos and entropy. And she would stop at nothing to achieve her ultimate goal: absolute power. As chaos descended upon Kansas City, the city's inhabitants were caught in a maelstrom of destruction. Buildings twisted and warped. Reality itself seemed to bend and shift. But amidst the chaos, a group of individuals with extraordinary abilities found themselves drawn to the epicenter of the turmoil. Spencer was a man out of time, his powers allowing him to manipulate the flow of time itself. He had always felt isolated, his abilities setting him apart from those around him. But as he witnessed the devastation wrought by Larissa's powers, he knew that he could no longer stand idly by. Emily had always been different, her gift of mind reading making it difficult for her to form connections with others. She had spent her life feeling like an outsider, her powers a barrier between her and the rest of the world. But as she felt the psychic waves of fear and confusion emanating from the city, she knew that she had to do something to help. Ruben had spent his life searching for his true identity, his ability to take on the form and powers of others, leaving him with a sense of uncertainty. He had always felt like a chameleon, changing to fit the expectations of those around him. But as he saw the city being torn apart, he knew that he had to use his powers for good. Joe had a dark past, one that he had been trying to atone for. His powers of kind manipulation had once been used for a selfish gain. But now, he sought redemption, using his abilities to protect the innocent. As he witnessed the destruction around him, he knew that this was his chance to make amends. Jocelyn had always been a wanderer, her powers of teleportation making it easy for her to move from place to place. She had never stayed in one place for too long, always searching for something more. But as she appeared on the outskirts of Kansas City, drawn by a force she could not explain, she knew that she had to stay and fight. Erik had always dreamed of flying, his powers granting him that wish. He had spent his life soaring through the skies, but now He saw that his powers could be used for more than just personal gain. As he flew over the city, witnessing the devastation below, he knew that he had to use his abilities to help those in need. As these individuals converged on the battlefield, each driven by their own sense of duty and honor, they found themselves facing a foe unlike any they had ever encountered. Larissa stood before them, her powers unleashed in a torrent of destruction. But instead of fighting each other, they fought as one, united against a common enemy. As the battle began, the heroes found themselves pushed to their limits. Larissa's powers were overwhelming, her control over reality absolute. But as they fought, they began to realize that they were not alone. They were a team, a family, united in their fight against the darkness. The battle against Larissa was a symphony of chaos and heroism, each hero unleashing their powers with a precision and skill that belied their lack of experience fighting together. Spencer, with his ability to manipulate time, moved with a grace that seemed almost supernatural. He slowed time round him, allowing him to dodge attacks with ease and strike with pinpoint accuracy. He would freeze moments, giving his allies the opportunity to strike at vulnerable points in Larissa's defenses. Emily's mind was a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions, but she learned to focus her powers on the task at hand. She probed the depths of Larissa's mind, searching for weaknesses and exploiting them with ruthless efficiency. She also used her telepathy to communicate with her allies, coordinating their attacks with a precision that was awe-inspiring to behold. Ruben's ability to shapeshift gave him a versatility that was unmatched. He would morph his body into various forms, each one suited to a different aspect of the battle. At one moment, he was a towering giant, using his size and strength to overwhelm Larissa. In the next, he was a swift and agile warrior, dodging attacks and striking with blinding speed. Geo's Kai manipulation was a sight to behold, his hands crackling with energy as he unleashed devastating attacks on their foe. He created barriers of Kai energy to protect his allies and unleashed powerful blasts of energy to push Larissa back. He also used his powers to heal his injured comrades, ensuring that they could continue the fight. Jocelyn's teleportation powers made her a constant thorn in Larissa's side. She would teleport around the battlefield, appearing and disappearing in a flash, striking from unexpected angles and keeping Larissa off balance. She also used her powers to rescue civilians caught in the crossfire, showing compassion even in the midst of battle. Erik soared above the battlefield, his ability to fly giving him a bird's-eye view of the battle. He would dive down, striking with the force of a meteor and then soaring back into the sky before Larissa could counterattack. He also used his powers to create gusts of wind, knocking Larissa off balance and giving his allies an opening to attack. Together, the heroes were a force to be reckoned with, their powers blending and merging in a symphony of destruction. Spencer would slow time as Emily probed Larissa's mind, allowing Ruben to morph into a form that could exploit her weaknesses. Joe would unleash his Kai energy, creating shockwaves that reverberated through the battlefield. Jocelyn would teleport round, striking from unexpected angles, while Erik soared above, his fists raining down blows on their foe. With Larissa weakened by their combined assault, the heroes saw an opportunity to capture her and end the chaos she had unleashed upon the city. Working together with a newfound unity, they devised a plan to incapacitate her and bring her to justice. Spencer, with his mastery over time, created a temporal field around Larissa, slowing her movements to a crawl and effectively immobilizing her. Emily, sensing an opening in Larissa's mind, delved deep into her thoughts, disrupting her focus and preventing her from using her powers. Ruben, seeing an opportunity, morphed into a form that would allow him to restrain Larissa without harming her. He enveloped her in a cocoon-like structure, his form shifting and changing to adapt to her struggles. Joe, using his Kai manipulation, created a barrier around Ruben and Larissa, protecting them from any potential attacks. He also used his powers to calm Larissa's mind, soothing her fears and helping her to regain control of herself. Jocelyn, with her teleportation abilities, appeared beside Ruben and Larissa, ready to assist in any way she could. She used her powers to create a portal to a secure location, where they could take Larissa and contain her until they could find a way to help her. Erik, soaring above the battlefield, created a whirlwind of wind to shield his allies from any potential threats. He then descended, landing beside them and lending his strength to the effort to capture Larissa. Together, the heroes managed to subdue Larissa, her powers weakened by their combined assault. They carried her through the portal to the secure location, where they would keep her contained until they could find a way to help her. And so, Larissa was captured, her reign of terror brought to an end. But as the heroes looked upon her, they saw not a villain, but a woman consumed by her own ambition. They knew that her redemption was still possible, and that they would do everything in their power to help her find it.